Coming up tonight on 18 Eyewitness News.
St. Francis County Commissioners won't rush a vote on moving to first-class status. Also, a Stoddard County man gets an additional 3 years in prison for walking out of the courthouse. Plus, Unitech students build a basketball shooting robot. All of these stories, and can we look forward to a weekend warm-up?
News, sports, weather. This is 18 Eyewitness News.
Good day, everybody. I'm Fred Dawkins. Thanks for joining us. Here's the stories we're working on this hour. St. Francis County Commissioners will be spending time reviewing the information they gathered in 3 public meetings looking at the various aspects of moving to first-class status. The featured speaker at Thursday night's 3rd meeting on the issue was the Honorable Gerald Jones, who was the presiding commissioner of Cape County when it transitioned from second to first-class status. St. Francis County Presiding Commissioner Dr. David Cramp says Judge Jones discussed the economic development value of being perceived as a first-class county.
Larger companies, when they come, and they recruited several into there, Procter & Gamble and some others that came into the area. And he said one of the major factors of that he thought was the fact that they were considered a progressive county, and he just felt that would be, in essence, a good thing.
Dr. Cramp says he wants to review all of the information he's gathered and doesn't want to rush into any decision.
I think we have to really just sit back and take some time and really evaluate this and not rush into it. I told them that I wasn't going to set a timeline. I really have to make the decision by June.
Dr. Cramp says he and the other commissioners will independently review the information, and when 3 indicate they are ready to make a decision, Dr. Cramp will add the vote on first-class status to the commissioners' agenda. Now, Dustin is here with a look at our first forecast, and what have we got in store for us this weekend?
Temperatures right now are in the 40s here in southeast Missouri, 40 degrees right now in St. Louis, as well as in Rolla and Farmington. Fredericktown right now at 41, Marble Hill at 44. 42 right now in Piedmont and Ellington. What's in store for this evening? We're going to see a chance of some snow flurries. Otherwise, just clear to partly cloudy skies tonight. Temperature around 38 degrees at 7 p.m. By 9, 36 and 33 by midnight with a west wind 10 to 15. What's in store for your weekend? This is the start of your weekend. I'll give you all those details coming up later in weather.
Farmington's Presbyterian Manor is on the U.S. News and World Report Best Nursing Homes list for 2012. The retirement community made the list after receiving the highest score of a 5-star rating. Presbyterian Manor's Executive Director, Jane Hall, says it takes a team effort to reach that 5-star rating.
It takes our staff, our residents, and our family members to make up that team. And so it's the daily interaction that we receive between the families and the residents and our employees that make up our quality care. So it's really, our report card is our residents and our family members. So if we're interacting with them and we're meeting their expectations, then our quality is there.
The U.S. News lists its information from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. That's the government agency that sets and enforces standards for all nursing homes. CMS assigns 1 to 5 stars to each community for how well it performs in health inspections, nurse staffing, and levels of quality care. A Stoddard County inmate who walked out of a courthouse February 15th and was captured a day later will spend 15 years total behind bars. According to Stoddard County Prosecuting Attorney Russ Oliver, Jason Stroop pleaded guilty yesterday to escape and confinement and received an additional 3 years on top of his previously sentence of 12. Stroop was originally sentenced to 5 years in prison and then 7 years on probation. However, Stroop did not return from a furlough for several weeks. As a result, his original 5-year sentence was converted into a 12-year sentence, with the 7 years on probation charged to prison time. Stroop ran from the courthouse after receiving his 12-year sentence from Stoddard County Circuit Judge Stephen Sharp. And when we come back on 18 Eyewitness News, an after-school program that shows the fun side of science and technology. That story is coming up on 18 Eyewitness News. The Iron Scorpions of Unitech Career Center are ready for the first robotics competition in March. Now, it's actually the second year for the Scorpions in FIRST, an acronym of For Inspiration and Recognition of Science and Technology. Director of the Unitech Career Center, Larry Kekek, says this year's robot was fun to do.
Our kids are this year's challenge is to build a robot that picks up basketballs and shoots at 4 goals. And they've been doing an outstanding job, and we invite anybody to come and take a look at it at our Unitech Career Center and watch this robot in action.
Kekek says the FIRST program is a great opportunity to learn the fun side of science and technology.
And a lot of great mentors that are formed by this, trying to encourage kids to get into those STEM fields, trying to get them into engineering, and that was the whole purpose of this program. And so we'd like to see kind of brings a little STEM education to the Lead Belt area, and hopefully our kids will get excited and be a part of these programs.
The regional FIRST robotics competition is set for March 22nd through the 24th at Chaffetz Arena in St. Louis. For more information, you can visit the Iron Scorpions website at team3862ironscorpions.org. The 7th annual Mason-Dixon Chili Society Cook-Off is set for Saturday at Poplar Bluff's Black River Coliseum. All proceeds from the event go to the United Gospel Rescue Mission. Mission Executive Director Reverend Gregory Kirk says the event builds a connection between the rescue mission and the community.
I classify fundraisers and friend raisers, and this is more of a friend raiser than a fundraiser. We do raise money, but it's really more about getting the community out, having a good time, and then them getting a connection with the rescue mission and how we help the community.
Reverend Kirk says the cook-off awards prizes in 3 categories: Best Chili, the People's Choice, and the Best Booth.
And last year, the fire department built a to-scale fire truck out of wood with sirens and everything. It was crazy. And in fact, the other fire department team, they built a house and it was on fire. They have a smoke machine and everything. So they get pretty elaborate.
Reverend Kirk notes that winners typically donate the awards back to the mission. The chili cook-off gets underway Saturday morning at 11 o'clock and goes until they run out of chili. And when we come back on 18 Eyewitness News, there's new information in the battle against skin cancer. Don Arnold tells us why the fairer sex may have an unfair advantage. That's next in today's Your Health segment. But right now, Dustin is over in the 18 Storm Tracker Center taking a look at what our forecast is going to be like for the weekend. He'll have that for you coming up on 18 Eyewitness News. Stay tuned.
This weekend, chances of flurries overnight tonight, and then the weekend's looking pretty sunny. Welcome back. I'm Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp. Saturday is going to be chilly, however, warming up for your day on Sunday. Here in southeast Missouri, temperatures are in the 40s, 40 degrees right now in St. Louis, 44 in Marble Hill, 43 in Cape Girardeau, right now in Fredericktown, 41, Piedmont right now at 42, as well as at Ellington and Van Buren. Factor in the wind, we do have a little bit of a wind chill out there right now, 31 up in St. Louis, 32 over in Rolla, Ironton right now at 38, 36 in Ellington, and Van Buren right now at 36 as well. Here at the station, we have a temperature of 40 degrees with a partly to mostly clear sky. It feels like 33 out there because of that west-northwest wind at 11 miles per hour. Humidity right now at 44%. What's in store for your day on Saturday? Well, don't be surprised tonight to see a few flurries move through, but clearing out late tonight into tomorrow, it should be a pretty nice day. Temperatures, however, are going to be on the cool side. Sunday's going to look much better, though, with temperatures in the 60s. What's in store for tonight? Our lows in southeast Missouri are looking like this. 29 up in St. Louis, as well as in Ironton, Farmington, Ellington, 27 in Van Buren, 30 degrees for your overnight low in Poplar Bluff and Cape Girardeau. Tonight here in southeast Missouri, temperatures, like I said, in the upper 20s to low 30s, 29 for your overnight low with a mostly clear sky. There is a chance of some flurries possible. We saw them throughout the day today. West wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tomorrow we'll see a high of 46 degrees, mostly sunny skies. Northwest wind 10 to 15. And a look at our extended forecast on Saturday. Again, 46 for your overall high with a partly to mostly sunny sky. Sunshine for the most part on Sunday. It's going to be a beautiful day, high of 60 degrees. Mostly sunny on Monday with a high of 56. Some chances of thunderstorms on Tuesday with a high of 61. By Wednesday, clearing out with partly sunny sky, 55 degrees for your overall high. Thursday, mostly sunny with a high of 51. And then on Friday, we have another chance of showers here in southeast Missouri. Another check of your weekend forecast here in southeast Missouri. On Saturday, high of 46, low of 30 with a partly to mostly sunny sky. Full sunshine by Sunday with a high, look at that, 60 degrees. That's check of your storm tracker weather forecast. Fred, back to you.
Not too bad of a forecast, Dustin. Let's check in with Dawn Arnold now. She's here with your health segment on 18 Eyewitness News. Dawn?
We normally associate skin cancer with warmer weather, but doctors say that even in the winter months, the threat is still very real, especially for men. You may not notice it, but the risk of getting non-melanoma skin cancer can be 3 times higher for men than women. And for decades, doctors didn't know why. But now they have some answers. With details, here's Clark Powell.
He may be hampered by issues with his heart and his hip, but that's not slowing down Thomas Stockdale. Between getting birdies on the golf course and watching birds in the wild, he spent a lifetime in the sun, and for the last 15 years has been paying for it.
Usually 2 appointments a year with the dermatologist, and he finds something every time I'm in there.
In all, Thomas has had dozens of moles and minor tumors removed from his skin. But spending so much time in the sun may not be the only cause. Researchers now say part of the problem may simply be that Thomas is a man.
Male and female skin appear to have different levels of the antioxidant called catalase, and this serves to limit damage from the sun, from ultraviolet light that can lead to skin cancer.
It was researchers at Ohio State's Comprehensive Cancer Center who launched this battle of the sexes over skin cancer and noticed a profound difference. Not only did female mice naturally have much more of the protective antioxidant in their skin, but when it was applied to males, their tumors actually improved. And while these findings were noticed in the lab, it's easy to see the potential in humans.
You could envision treating topically on the skin with an antioxidant to prevent or even treat some of these patients.
It might even lead to his and her sunscreens and to new therapies that use an antioxidant potentially found more in women to treat the most common kind of cancer known to man. At Ohio State's Comprehensive Cancer Center, this is Clark Powell reporting.
The study looked at cases often of non-melanoma skin cancer. It's the least dangerous form of skin cancer, but by far the most common. In fact, doctors remind you that even in the winter months, you're still at risk for sun damage. It doesn't have to be hot and bright, and especially when the sunlight is reflected off of the snow.
Well, coming up in today's Your Life segment on 18 Eyewitness News, it's an idea that could revolutionize your marriage. Dr. Bill Meyer explains in today's Focus on the Family.
And coming up in sports, I'll have a review of high school district basketball action. The Blues pick up their first win in Nashville this season, and contract talks are back on between Yadier Molina and the Cardinals. These stories and more coming up in sports on 18 Eyewitness News.
This is 18 Eyewitness News, Sports.
In high school basketball action from last night, it was the district championship in Class 4, District Number 2 on the boys' side, as Farmington fell just short, losing to Desoto 56-54. In girls' action from Class 4, District 1, Dexter won big over St. Genevieve 76-32, and Cape Notre Dame defeated Sikeston 63-56. And other scores from last night in girls' action, Meadow Heights won easily over Bismarck 89-35, and Crystal City defeated Saxony Luthern 41-39. In boys' scores, Marquand fell to Chaffee 65-26, and Oak Ridge defeated St. Vincent 54-50. The Blues took the sting out of a rare loss on Wednesday by picking up a rare win last night, defeating the Nashville Predators 3-2 in a shootout at Bridgestone Arena. The victory, the Blues' first in Nashville this season, improved their road record to 11-13-3 as they played the first of 6 games on the road. The shootout was the third in 5 games between the two teams, and the third time was the charm for the Blues, who lost the previous 2. They improved to 3-6 overall in shootouts, while Nashville dipped to 3-4. According to media reports, the agent for Gold Glove winning catcher Yadier Molina met with the Cardinals and has re-engaged the club in talks the past 2 days about a contract extension. Molina said at the start of this week that negotiations had stopped for now. At the time, he said they could restart at any point. Earlier this week, the two sides appeared to be significantly apart, but the recent talks have created more momentum for a deal. Molina's agent has told reporters that his client's preference is to have an extension in place before opening day or not discuss the matter again until after the season. And 3 games remain in the Big 12 men's basketball regular season. Just don't tell Mizzou or Kansas that. The two teams clash on Saturday for what may as well be the Big 12 regular season title game. Kansas is 13-2 in the conference and already lost to Mizzou in Columbia. The Tigers are 12-3, still stinging from their loss to Kansas State Tuesday. A win for Mizzou means a tie atop the standings, but Mizzou gets the top seed in the Big 12 championship tournament due to a season sweep of the Jayhawks. A loss suddenly puts Mizzou one more loss away from a potential tie for third place with Baylor and Iowa State. And that's a look at sports. We'll be back with tonight's Your Life segment right after this on 18 Eyewitness News.
It seems like more and more couples are catching on to something that helps their marriage and provides plenty of fun as well. Dr. Bill Meyer explains in today's Focus on the Family.
Nice try. It may look like these couples are just enjoying a fun night together, playing pool. Girls against the guys.
Look at
But there's actually something almost revolutionary going on here. Something that could save a lot of marriages.
I don't know if we went into marriage or I went into marriage going, we have got to find somebody that can mentor us. But you know what? I feel like we'd be silly if we didn't. All this world of wisdom from people who have gone where you're going, why not tap into it?
Patrick and Sally are tapping into the wisdom of Roger and Diane, who've been married for 30 years. It's called marriage mentoring, and it can start by simply building a friendship.
It's more than just sitting down and having a structured conversation. It's just engaging in a relationship and being available for people to be able to have that kind of conversation back and forth.
Any young couple can benefit from this type of relationship with an older couple. It gives you a place to turn with those questions that come up in a new marriage.
Do I have too high of expectations? You know, is this an issue? Is this a conflict that really should be a conflict? Is it little? Do we need to throw it out the window and talk about it, or those type of things?
The real value is that you're not waiting until there's a crisis or there's a serious problem. On the brink of divorce or some problem, you're engaged in a relationship to help be preventive and resolve it.
We can share the struggles. We can share the good times. It becomes, again, a privilege to be able to share with them so that they don't end up a statistic like what they see around them.
Honesty is key in a mentoring relationship, and that involves a willingness to be open and vulnerable. I'm Dr. Bill Meyer for Focus on the Family.
For more valuable information on life's issues, relationships, and family, please visit FocusOnTheFamilyTV.com. Today's Plugged-In Movie Review looks at the new action film, Act of Valor.
Target secure. This is a personnel recovery. Proceed to target, recover the package, and move to extract. Got it.
Although it's fiction, the movie Act of Valor tells us its story was inspired by real-life Navy SEALs missions, and it uses actual Navy SEALs as actors. The plot picks up in Costa Rica, where these super-trained soldiers extract a kidnapped CIA agent. But when they examine intel from that mission, it indicates that a deadly plot is afoot in the U.S.
Shaval is an old-school jihadi. He wants to kill Americans.
Terrorists have developed a new suicide vest that can pass through metal detectors unnoticed. Suicide bombers are poised to cross the Mexican border and from there spread out across the lower 48 to inflict as much damage and death as possible. Can the SEALs stop the terrorists in their tracks? Looking for positives, I can say that even though this story is fiction, viewers can't help but think of the fact that there are hundreds of untold behind-the-scenes missions every year involving these incredible warriors. The closing credits list the actual names of SEALs who have given their lives in service to their country. It's very inspirational. Furthermore, the film underscores the concepts of self-sacrifice, bravery, and the importance of maintaining a healthy family life. But overall family-friendly, this one is not. In an effort to show realism, moviegoers are bombarded with a lot, and I mean a lot, of harsh profanity. In addition, the violence features lots of shoot-'em-up blood splatter and even some torture. So despite a heart of gold, I can only give Act of Valor 2 rocket launchers out of 5 for family friendliness. For an in-depth review of this film, check out our website, pluggedin.com. Plugging you into the movies, I'm Bob Waliszewski for Focus on the Family's Plugged In Movie Review.
You can find reviews of other current movies, DVD releases, as well as music, games, and TV shows, all at pluggedin.com. Dustin, let's talk about this weekend and what can we expect? We saw snow flurries actually this morning here in the Farmington area. What's this all about?
A little surprising this morning. I was coming into work and saw them coming down, and last night we weren't expecting it, but you know, again, it's Missouri and the cold air moved through, so there was just a little bit of moisture in the air to give us a little bit of snow flurries. There's a chance of snow flurries throughout the evening tonight. Otherwise, it's just going to be a mostly clear evening. Tomorrow, it's going to be a nice day. Temperatures in the upper 40s and sunshine. Sunday is going to be the pick day of the weekend, though, because we're going to see plenty of sunshine. Temperatures around 60 degrees.
Pick as in picnic?
Maybe so.
All right, not too bad. Thanks for joining us here on 18 Eyewitness News. We will be back again tomorrow with more. Have a good evening, everyone. God bless you, and good night.
Have a good night, everybody. News Watch is next.